Okay, so this is my team when taking on Maylene, the third gym leader. I'm probably not going to use Cranidos all that much because it is very weak to fighting. I think my star fighters here will be Monferno and Alakazam and probably even Vespiquen here. So let's give it a whirl, and see how we do. Obviously, flying-type Pokemon will be to your advantage here. Same with Psychic types. Those are your best bets. But even a Fire-type will be helpful, too, due to one of her Pokemon's Steel typing. Hi, Maylene, I'm the gym leader. I don't really know what it means to be strong or how I got to be the gym leader. You don't even know how you got to be the gym leader? Come on, really? But she does take battling very seriously. So, she's seriously going to take you on as the gym leader. So you're challenged by Leader Maylene. She leads with her Meditite. Now, this thing has Drain Punch and Confusion for attacking moves. So bear that in mind. Drain Punch hits moderately strong, but it also heals some of its hit points. Against a bulky Pokemon like Vespiquen with double resistance to fighting type attacks, it's going to do virtually nothing though. So that's very good news. But it does heal it after, it does heal it by, I think, 50% of the damage dealt. So it's kind of nice. Just not here. Now, Maylene, she does like to spam Hyper Potions. She clearly has at least one. She might throw out even more. Meditite also does have Detect to annoy you with. And it doesn't look like it's using it here, but sometimes it will use that just to waste some of your moves' power points or something. I don't know. Doesn't really serve that much of a purpose, really. In fact, if you're setting up, it gives you a turn to set up without worry. It does have Meditate, though, and you need to be very careful with this because that raises its attack, and it does have an ability that, like, doubles its attack anyway. So, if it uses Meditate too many times, you might be in trouble. Try to knock it out as quickly as possible to avoid that from happening. So, the second Pokemon she will likely use against you is Machoke. It is level 27 and ready to go. He ain't no joke! He's Machoke. So, he has Brick Break, Rock Tomb for attacking moves, but also has Foresight and Leer. I mean, you're not really going to feel too threatened by that. Obviously, if you get hit by Leer, you might want to think about switching out because it does have high attack, and you got to be careful around that. But Brick Break will do a lot of damage unless you're resistant, so please be careful. And Rock Tomb obviously is it's a move that can target your flying-type Pokemon for super effective damage. So again, be wary of that. Now here is the star fighter of Leader Maylene's team. It's a Lucario. Now this thing is Steel Fighting type, meaning it doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, but it does have several interesting ones. Fighting and Fire are two weaknesses it gains, as well as Ground type. But you're going to find it's not as weak to Psychic as you thought. It does use Bone Rush, which is not very good news for Marriland here. It hits very hard. It's a Ground type attack that hits multiple times. Not good. It also has Drain Punch and Force Palm in its arsenal of moves, both of which fighting type attacks that can do some massive damage. Force Palm has a chance of paralyzing you, while Drain Punch will heal it. And, as you can see, it has a Citrus Berry, so bear that in mind. It also has Metal Claw, but that probably won't be as much of a threat to you. It does have a chance of raising its attack when it uses Metal Claw, but it shouldn't be an issue. Now, I'm just going to Mach Punch here to get out whatever damage I can, since there's no way Marriland's going to strike first. Oh, see, it's using Metal Claw against me. That's actually a smart move, because its attack might go up, knowing that it would knock me out anyway. So I have to give it some props for that. Good call, Maylene. Except for the fact that you knocked out Marriland. How dare you? So now I will send out my Vespiquen for some sweet revenge here. I'm in a bit of a bind, aren't I? Well, you could say that. So this thing's resistances are going to make this a little difficult. Oh, yeah, naturally, you do have another Hyper Potion. Wouldn't it just figure? So I'm going to use Gust for probably minimal damage. Yeah, that's not very much. Because remember, the Steel typing that Lucario has cancels out a lot of fighting's common weaknesses. So really, actually, I think it cancels out all of fighting's weaknesses. Which means Lucario is only weak to some of the other stuff that Steel's weak to. I know, what a trick, that Maylene. Now, thankfully, it is hitting me for virtually no damage. There's almost nothing it can do against me because its fighting attacks are double resisted by Vespiquen. And, well, it can't use Bone Rush, obviously, so Metal Claw hits for normal damage, but it isn't smart enough to use that for some reason. It's just going to Drain Punch me for just a sliver of hit points every turn, just to make my life a little bit more difficult. So I will just keep up the gusting and see what I can do. Now, Lucario is quite fast, and it does hit hard. So if you don't have a defensive tank like I do, you might want to take a stop in the Veilstone department store. And, darn it, you paralyze me. See, it can do that. And pick up some X Defense. This will help you if your Pokemon are getting knocked out too quickly by Lucario, or, well, any of her Pokemon's attacks. Because it'll raise that Pokemon's defense. You don't even need to have a move for it. You just, boom, use it and raise their defense. Use 2 or 3 of those, and then heal with, like, some potions, and you will be set to take her out no matter what. You can use any of those X items, actually, to great effect if you know what you're doing. I didn't need them, though, because I'm a boss like that. Player defeated, Leader Maylene. I shall admit defeat. You are much too strong. Yes, I'm much too strong for you. Much too strong. Okay, you win. That was a tough loss. I learned a lot from it. Please accept this gym badge. Devin received the Cobble badge from Maylene. Hooray, I've got the Cobble badge. I should explain about that badge. You can use a hidden move Fly outside of battle. Awesome. And she gives you TM60, which contains that move Drain Punch. It inflicts damage and robs the target of its hit points. It's okay, but there are just a lot better fighting moves out there. Alright, so that covers that. So I will see you on the next episode of Marriland's Pokemon Diamond Adventure.